Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. Her Mercedes clipped my car outside the restaurant. Chrome shattered against asphalt. She didn't stop. I memorized her license plate. 5 minutes later, a text came from an unknown number. Suni, my husband owns every lawyer in this city. No punctuation, no hesitation. That kind of arrogance you can smell before you see it. I stared at the message for a long time before replying. You have 30 minutes to apologize. She sent 3 laughing emojis. I didn't reply. 20 minutes later, my phone rang. A man's voice strained, trembling. Who are you? Please, whatever you're doing, stop. Then the line went dead. That was when I knew something in their world had cracked and I had just found the fracture. Her name was Clara Vance, married to Malcolm Vance, real estate tycoon. Untouchable, according to the press. But I'd learned long ago that everyone bleeds when you touch the right nerve. The next morning, I visited the repair shop. Her car was there already, front dent covered by a hurried insurance claim. Paid in cash, no report filed. That wasn't guilt, that was fear. I waited, watched. From the cafe across the street, I saw her arrive. Expensive coat, sunglasses, the usual disguise of the privileged. She handed the mechanic a small envelope, probably hush money, and left. Her arrogance was her tell. People like her always assumed silence could be bought. I wasn't after her money. I was after the truth behind that trembling voice on the phone. I started digging. Malcolm Vance had a reputation. Ruthless, brilliant, paranoid, a man who crushed rivals before they could blink. But there were whispers. Accounts closed under false names, payments funneled through shell firms, the kind of things that ruin empires quietly. I found one of those accounts. A transfer 6 figures from Clara Vance to a woman named Ellen Cross, 2 weeks ago. Memo line, for silence. That word echoed. Silence. So I called Ellen, pretended to be from the Vance Foundation. She hung up the moment I said Clara's name. The next night, I waited outside the Vance estate, watched their lights go out one by one until only a faint glow remained in an upstairs window, hers. I thought about that crash, how she'd smiled through text, how quickly her husband had panicked. Something was wrong beneath the marble perfection of their life. By morning, I had my plan. If her husband owned every lawyer, then I'd let him fight something he couldn't buy his way out of. Truth. 3 days later, a file arrived in my encrypted inbox. A contact owed me a favor. Inside, photos, bank statements, messages. Clara and one of Malcolm's senior partners. Affair. Blackmail. A plot to siphon money through corporate accounts before disappearing. But she'd made a mistake. She'd used a transfer under her husband's name. He found out the same night she hit my car. The call I'd received wasn't about the accident, it was about her. He thought I was the man she was running to. I printed everything, drove to the Vance estate. When she opened the door, her face drained of color. I didn't speak. I just handed her the folder. She flipped through the pages, her hands shaking. Her breath caught on a photo of her and the partner, half-dressed in a hotel room. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. "Your husband already has a copy," I said. "He's probably reading it now." She tried to speak again, but no words came. I turned and left her standing in the doorway, barefoot, trembling, the empire of lies collapsing quietly behind her. Malcolm called that night. His voice was calm this time. "You didn't want money." "No." "Then why?" She laughed, I said. Silence, the kind that carries understanding. He didn't ask anything else, just breathed heavily for a moment, then said, "Consider it done." By morning, every media outlet carried the story. Clara Vance, embezzlement, adultery, fraud. She vanished. No statement, no apology, just absence. I drove past the place where she'd hit me. The dent on my car was long gone, but I left one on hers that would never fade, the kind you can't repair with money or lawyers. I didn't feel triumph, not satisfaction either, just a quiet correction in the universe. Some people mistake silence for weakness. They think laughter hides fear, but fear always leaves a scent. I just followed it to its source. A month later, I received another message. Unknown number. You ruined us. I deleted it. Then another message came. Who are you? I stared at the screen for a long time. Someone you should have apologized to, I replied. Then I turned off the phone and the city went still again. I didn't destroy her life. I just showed her what it already was.